Hello Virgo, welcome to your tarot reading for September 2022. Now remember, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates with you. At the same time, if the spirit leads you to this video, even if it is already past September, maybe there is a special message for you in this video. So just watch it and let your intuition guide you. And hopefully you will be able to get the message of the spirit that will help you in your journey. We will start our tarot reading with an oracle card. Let us try to see what is the message. Awakening. Okay. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. Okay. So it's like you are now telling the world, this is me. Take me for who I am. If not, just let me be. Okay. So it's your awakening. You are awakening to your uniqueness as a person. You have a special song to sing, and so you are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. You are here to live your life to the full and allow the spirit to guide you to be who you are meant to be. Okay, let us try to get more another message through the Moonology manifestation card. Let's see if we can. Okay, let us see. So you are in the first quarter moon in Leo. Okay. Be humble. Okay. So as you assert who you truly are, don't forget to be humble. Okay. So there's a certain difference between knowing who you are and fighting for who you truly are. And there's another one of trying to cover your insecurities by appearing as if you are proud, covering your insecurities with pride. Okay, so the invitation here is to healthily be who you are meant to be. And when you are healthily who you are really meant to be, then there is that element of humility. So yeah, the universe is inviting you. Don't be afraid to be who you are, but at the same time, never forget to be humble. Okay. I remember one saint saying before, every good thing that happens in our life belongs to the divine. And so when good things happen in our life, we know that it is a gift from the divine. Not something that we should allocate to ourselves, but we should be grateful with them, to thank the divine for all those gifts, that yeah, we are loved and we are cared for by the divine. But yeah, it's always important for us to remember humility. Humility is one of those secrets that keep us at the right direction in our spiritual journey. Okay. Now here, wow. Here I see immediately two ones. Okay. This is the level of those things that are happening in your physical world. Okay. And these are the ones that are happening in your emotional and subconscious world. Wow, beautiful. And at the same time, these are the things that are happening that the spirit world is aware of, but they want it also to be revealed to you. Okay, so this is the recent past, the present moment, and the proximate future. Okay, so in the recent past, you had a lot of challenges. You had to defend certain things, maybe things that you believed on. So yeah, it's like you are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. Okay, you were, maybe for some of you, you were defending the things that you believed on. Things, maybe an inspiration or a dream. You were fighting with it, and you were in control of the situation, and you were on fire, and people were also responding to you in fire, no? So there might have been some lively exchange or dialogue or discussion about certain things in your life. Maybe you were, for some of you, maybe you were at the point in your life when you finally know who you are and what you want to be, and so you were asserting who you truly are. Well, it's like sometimes when you finally discover who you are, you have this zeal, this fire to tell the world, this is me. You have to accept me for who I am. And at the same time here, when I see it here, this for me is going back to your inner child. It's like nurturing your inner child. So you finally found who you are meant to be, for some of you, and what you want to do in life. So somehow you started nurturing your inner child. There was sort of like a finally you were giving a gift to your inner child. It's like finally the inner child is set free. Before, the inner child seems to be so disciplined. You have to do this, you have to do that. You know how it is when we are trying to please other people. There are a lot of shoulds and shouldn'ts, no? And somehow the inner child suffers from it. Somehow, when you started, for some of you, when you started already standing for what you feel you are meant to be, then you somehow gave flowers to your inner child. You nurtured your inner child. Somehow your inner child again felt loved and free. And because of that, when you started really accepting who you truly are, doors opened. So in the recent past, doors opened. You had a lot of choices. Some of the choices are good, some of the choices are not so good, no? But the universe opened a lot of choices before you, and for some of you, maybe you were overwhelmed by a lot of choices. But yeah, it's there's here I feel there's no need really to fight. It's more of like just explaining, just dialoguing with people, listening to them also at the same time, but at the same time also sharing what are in your thoughts and what are in your heart. So I feel that in this present moment, you are finally laying down certain burdens. I feel that the burdens that you are laying down are the expectations of the people that were sort of like a burden to you in the past. You know how it is when you try to be somebody you are not meant to be. You, you are not happy. You feel you are carrying a burden as you go through your daily life. But finally, when you are able to say, "This is me. Accept me for who I am," it's like laying down a burden. Because here you see, you try to be the best you can, and you see here the ones they are blooming. Now it's about time for you to lay down the burden and start walking away from the burdens that might. So you see here, we have here the 8 of Cups, no? So you are walking away. Maybe here it is, you are walking away from the kind of relationship where people dictate to you who you should be. I think you are walking away from that kind of situation, and you are moving forward to being happy for who you are. Here, we see here a little boy jumping over the fence and riding the pony. It's like you being set free. Finally, you are telling the world, "World, this is me. Accept me for who I am, and I want to set my inner child free." So you see here, you gave a flower, you gave a gift to your inner child, and finally your inner child was set free. And because of that, in the near future, you will be having more inspiration. You will be a young person. You can be young in spirit, no? Youth can be in spirit, in heart, and also in physically. So if you are not physically young anymore, at least you can still be young in spirit. You're a person, you will be a person going out into the world with a new inspiration and a new hope. And then there is this temperance. So somehow you will be, in the near future, you will be attaining a certain wholeness because you finally are no longer afraid to be who you truly are. And here is justice. It's like a person saying, "World, this is me. Accept me for who I am. And I will give you the best that I can be. At the same time, just let me be who I am and I am meant to be." So you have good boundaries already. You are able to say no. You will be able to say no in the future. I feel that this reading is more of like a journey towards your realization of who you truly are meant to be. So this is what I am seeing right now for you, Virgo. You are finally able to leave behind the burdens in your life, the burdens maybe of the expectation of other people. And now you are able to live a more balanced life with a new inspiration and good boundaries, able to say no, but at the same time able also to give equally, no? To receive equally and to give equally. Now let us try to see if we can get more oracle messages from the spirit. Empath, okay. The magic touch. Speaking up, okay. Perception, okay. Let's go to the speaking up, no? So earlier it was say there was an awakening. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. And then here we have speaking up. Your soul is guiding you to stand in your light and speak your truth. So you are no longer afraid to stand up for what you believe in, for what you are inspired to live. And at the same time, empath. you may be confusing other people's energies with your own. Okay, so you need also to have good boundaries. So maybe for some of you, at the same time, you know how it is when you are an empath. Sometimes the energy of other people, if you are not careful, if you are not very discerning, you might think that it is your energy. So I'm not quite sure, but I feel that for some of you also, if you are not careful, you might end up reaching out for dreams of other people instead of your dream. You know how it is when, for example, usually it happens with our parents or people we consider very important in our life. Now, sometimes they have certain dreams that they want to achieve, but they were not able to achieve in their lifetime, or they were not able to achieve in their younger years. That somehow they want it to be, they want it to be achieved through you. You know how it is. Sometimes there's a dream of people who are important in your life that they are somehow trying to realize through you. And if you are not very careful, being an empath, you might be able to absorb their dream in such a way that for some of you, it might be to the expense of your personal dream. So you would end up, for some of you, if you are not careful, you might end up taking up a course or a certain career that was not really meant for you, but was a dream of somebody else ahead of you, somebody else who is important to you. Somehow, if you are not careful, you might end up thinking that it is your dream, when actually it was the dream of your parents or your grandparents or somebody else who's important with you, a guardian maybe. It was their dream, and then they are trying to realize it through you. If you are not careful, you might end up carrying a certain burden that you are not meant to live. For example, if your dream leads you to a certain direction, you might end up doing something that you are not really, you will not be really very happy in the future. Although sometimes when you look at it, there is also a reason why you are born. For example, if you are born in a family of businessmen, there must be a reason why you were born in such a family. Because oftentimes, at the start, when we are still trying to be who we are meant to be, we tend to rebel. So everything that our parents would tell us, sometimes we tend to rebel with them. But in the end, sometimes we realize that it was really meant for us. For example, those whose parents are mechanics, usually they end up becoming good mechanics themselves because they grow up in an environment of mechanics, and so when they grew up, it goes naturally with them. For them, it's natural to do all these things, so it was easy for them to become successful. So sometimes also you have to also to discern. Maybe their dream can also be your dream at the same time. So there's a need to balance about these things. But if sometimes you feel that their dream is not your dream, then there's a need for you to dialogue with them also, to try to reach out for the dream that you truly have. So there's a need for you also to discern. Is your dream really your dream, or is it a dream of somebody else? Or at the same time, it can be also that the dream of somebody else can be also your dream. That would be nice because both of you will be going in the same direction. So there's a need for you to discern all these things. At the same time also, be careful. Sometimes at the end of the day, you might have some anxieties in your life, but actually you realize it's not yours. It belongs to somebody else. So for some of you, especially those Virgo who are very intuitive, and also who are empaths, try to be discerning also. Every day, try to see, are the emotions and the energies that you have with you are truly yours, or are they only, or do they belong to some people, and you need to recognize these things. The magic touch. Okay, we discovered this in one of the earlier readings. No? You are accessing true magic from deep within. When you are in touch with your dreams, it means you are in touch with your inner self. It is easy for you to manifest things. No? When you are happily doing the thing that you feel you are meant, if you're happily singing the song you feel you are meant to sing, you are able to manifest things faster. You will start to have the magic touch. Okay, perception. You are getting ready to have a shift in perception that will change everything. So for some of you, you're deepening in your inner journey also. As you are moving forward in your exterior journey, for some of you, you are also deepening, especially when your inner child is being healed. your intuition grows, and then your empathy also grows, and your manifesting power also grows. But the important thing is just don't be afraid to be who you are and go towards the direction of where you feel you are called to go to. Okay, so this is your reading for now, Virgo, for the month of September 2022. I hope that you were able to gain some insights that would help you in your present journey. And I hope to see you again in our next readings. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.